Good evening, Air Marshal, Air Vice Marshal, Force Commander, Station Commander, nominees, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rhodri Gilbert. Before I start, if you have nothing to do with the RAF and you're only watching this because your Netflix subscription has run out, or you're so bored that the only entertainment you have is crashing other people's YouTube events, please leave now. Oh, also, if you're anything to do with the C-130's Hercules aircraft, you can probably leave now as well. This is an award ceremony. Why torture yourselves? So, if you're still here, whoever you are, a very warm welcome to the BRAVOS Awards? Yes, the BRAVOS Awards 2020. This award ceremony is the perfect opportunity to recognise the achievements and say thank you to the people of RAF Brize Norton. As you'll have guessed from the title of the awards this evening, BRAVOS 2020, the event is a little bit late. But in case you haven't noticed that person shoving that thing up your nose every 20 minutes, 2020 went a bit Pete Tong. I can't confirm this for sure, but the word is that 2020 was in fact organised by the admin and logistical staff at RAF Brize Norton. So thanks for that. Sadly, we couldn't present the 2020 awards in October last year, and even now we can't do it in person, obviously. But please do not let the fact that this is a pre-recorded ceremony from my kitchen, or the fact that I've not managed to find a dicky bow or dry clean my suit. In fact, please don't let any of this shoddy setup detract you from your enjoyment of the evening, or from celebrating the significant contribution made by all the nominees tonight. Also, I should just inform you that I'm deliberately not wearing any trousers this evening. I thought it'd be safer, as that way I won't put my hands in my pockets, because I know how important that is to you. I thought no trousers at all would be safer. I hope you appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get down to business. It says on my script here that RAF Brize Norton is the finest station in the RAF. But I've been there. I've personally spent many happy hours at Brize Norton, and even more unhappy ones. Sitting, watching, doing absolutely nothing. Waiting for flights that were delayed a few hours. Waiting for flights that were delayed a few days. Flights that never happened. Flights that didn't exist in the first place. And movers who couldn't organise a bum off in a baboon house. So, I'm not sure about the finest station in the RAF, but I can confirm that the free squash makes it all worthwhile. And on that note, I agreed to do this for no fee. But then this glass of squash arrived in the post, so thanks very much to the top brass. So, anyway, I'm told that the station's raison d'etre is remaining at the forefront of Defence's activities and preparing for and delivering global air mobility operations. And on a serious note, all of the nominees deserve a huge congratulations, and this evening we welcome the top 3 from each category to celebrate their achievements. They won't be coming into this little basement kitchen of mine. We'll be doing it all virtually through the magic of the internet. Finally, this evening would not be possible without the generous support of all our sponsors, Boeing, Sierra Nevada Corporation, BFBS and ACS 25, whatever they are. So, thanks to them. Nominees, we wish you good luck. And now over to your station commander, Group Captain Emily Flynn.
Good evening and welcome to the annual Brize Recognition Awards for Valued and Outstanding Service, recognising the very best of our personnel who have once again selflessly gone above and beyond their normal duties for the benefit of the station and its personnel. Rod, our very own compere for the evening, a massive thanks for supporting the Bravos, but also thanks for your enduring support to the military over the years. I'm sure that you enjoyed your short stints entertaining the troops in Afghanistan and Iraq as much as our personnel appreciated your efforts. It's my great privilege to be able to showcase and recognise the fantastic work that you, the personnel of RAF Brize Norton, have done for our station and our community. A warm welcome, virtually in this instance, to all of our esteemed guests, hopefully with their glasses topped up and speeches prepared. Joining us this evening to celebrate in your achievements are the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Sir Mike Wigston, Air Officer Commanding No. 2 Group, Air Vice Marshal Al Gillespie, the Air Mobility Force Commander, Air Commodore Dave Manning, and the Chief of the Air Staff's Warrant Officer Jake Alpert. The awards presented this evening celebrate the achievements of our personnel across 8 categories. Nominations were made in early 2020 from across the station, truly capturing Brize's whole force ethos and our wider community spirit. It is wonderful to see personnel from across the whole force, regulars, civil servants, reserves and industry partners, being recognised for their extraordinary work. It goes without saying that the past 12 months have been extraordinary and have tested us in many ways we would never have thought possible. The RAF as a whole force has stood tall and supported the nation through the COVID-19 pandemic, going above and beyond to support the country, which only makes this evening's ceremony more important and more impressive than ever. Now, without further ado, please charge your glasses, sit back and enjoy the show. Rod, over to you for our first award.
BRAVOS categories this year reflect the dedication and personal sacrifice made by our people. And nowhere is this truer than in our first category this evening, which is the hotly contested Top Team Award. Tonight sponsored by Sierra Nevada Corporation. Awarded to the team who've made a significant contribution to the generation, operation or sustainment of air mobility as a result of collaborative working. Here to present the award is the FCE, it says, Force Commander Air Commodore David Manning.
The nominees are Survival Equipment Section, responsible for the 24/7 maintenance of survival equipment fitted to all aircraft at Brize Norton. When approached by AOC 11 Group to produce 175 organic face coverings to be rapidly manufactured and delivered to the RAF personnel in support of Azatize, SES achieved within 4 days whilst maintaining the unit's operational capability and output. Mobility and medical supply flight. As the UK responded to the substantial COVID-19 impact, MMSF enabled delivery of specialist medical support to personnel based overseas in UK overseas territories, supporting 24/7 support to Aeromed and Seacast, and preparing equipment for 75 Aeromed taskings, many at short notice. Voyager Force Support Human Resource Team, supporting all elements of Voyager operations, including civilians, reservist and full-time serving personnel. During the COVID pandemic, they developed a new remote HR platform for Voyager, allowing personnel access to key documentation whilst avoiding physical interaction.
Good evening. It is a real honour and privilege to be taking part in the prestigious BRAVOS 2020 award ceremony. It is fantastic to see how it has grown over the years since I was last based here. Before I announce the Top Team Award, I would like to record my congratulations to all those who have been nominated for awards. I'm hugely impressed by the outstanding performances of all. Most importantly, I would like to thank all of those who have been involved in this evening's event, especially considering we're doing this under COVID restrictions. I would also like to thank our sponsors without whom we could not run this event. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to the whole force of the Air Mobility Force and your families and friends for the support of you. The last 12 months have been very challenging, yet we continue to deliver 24/7, 365 in support of global operations at range, speed and in very challenging environments on behalf of both Defence and wider government as a team. And as the Force Commander, I am immensely proud of you all. It therefore feels particularly significant to be able to announce the winners of 2020 Top Team Award. The Top Team Award recognises the team which has made the most significant contribution to the generation, operation or sustainment of air mobility as a result of collaborative working. The 2020 BRAVOS Top Team Award goes to the Survival Equipment Section, SES. Delivering support 24/7, SES is responsible for the maintenance of survival equipment fitted to all aircraft platforms here at Brize Norton. This highly technical service is vital to maintaining the serviceability of Brize aircraft and ensuring the Royal Air Force's reputation across defence and to the public. SES has embraced the whole force concept. Their collaborative approach enabled a truly integrated team effort and ensured complicated government and indeed MOD restrictions were and continue to be effectively applied in order to support our aircraft, aircrew and unit personnel, and indeed to enable key outputs. Innovation and altruism have been at the forefront of SCS's mantra. The team work long, unsociable hours following the introduction of a split shift system, implementing local safeguards to ensure the safety of its personnel, whilst allowing activity to be maintained in a pragmatic manner. Recently, SES were requested by AC11 Group to produce 175 organic face coverings to support RAF personnel on Azatize. Despite an extremely sporty timeline, 4 days to manufacture and deliver, and recognising the inherent importance of the task, every member of SES stepped up and embraced the challenge. The team displayed selfless commitment, working extended hours and cancelling leave in order to cover essential maintenance and other routine tasks to support the additional task line. Many congratulations, SES.
So, Flight Sergeant Sean Higgins, Survival Equipment Section. To have been shortlisted in the top 3 for this year's BRAVOS Top Team Awards was an honour. To have won the award for Top Team at Brize Norton is an absolute privilege, especially as we were up against other such deserving teams. This has been a difficult and trying year, and I thank you and all members of the SES team thank you for this prestigious award in recognition of our efforts in the past 12 months.
SNC Mission Systems UK is delighted to support the Brize Norton Station's Bravo Awards, and we are proud to be named the sponsor for this year's Team Award. We would like to congratulate you all for your achievements in what has been a challenging year.
An effective team works as a collective unit by utilising the skills and talents of each team member to support and achieve a common goal. In simple terms, teamwork is when a group of people combine individual skill sets to produce amazing outcomes. We have first-hand experience of working as a team with the RAF, in particular the teams of Brize Norton, to achieve amazing outcomes and common goals. And whilst we recognise the individual awards with BRAVOS, we would also like to thank the entire organisation for the get-it-done attitude that ultimately allows us to support our warfighters that are deployed.
The second category this evening is for your Valiant Volunteer Award, sponsored this evening by ACS 25. Awarded to the individual who has made an outstanding contribution through voluntary service at RAF Brize Norton or within their local community. Here to present the award is Air Officer Commanding No. 2 Group, Air Vice Marshal Alan Gillespie.
The nominees are SAC Graham Darkins, Log Squadron. The promotion of science, technology, engineering and maths to encourage the next generation of students to embark on careers in these areas is of national importance. Graham is the Secretary of the RAF Brize Norton STEM Committee, coordinating activity but also participating and leading many of the sessions. Sergeant Lou Musselwhite splits her time between duties as an air traffic controller, first responder for South Central Ambulance Service, an engaged befriender, and as a starting point mentor, supporting and encouraging young people between 11 and 24. Sergeant Vinny Value, from Tactical Medical Wing, demonstrates incredible commitment to her local community, providing significant input with the Oxford homeless, food banks, church and BAME community, particularly as a champion of the RAF Fijian Community Network.
Good evening everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to say how honoured I am to be part of this awards ceremony this evening, to read about the heroic efforts of all personnel affiliated with Brize Norton is really humbling, and it fills me full of pride as your AOC. When I read through the citations, not only for the Valiant Volunteer Award, but all categories this evening, they really are inspirational. It reinforces my belief that with people such as yourselves driving forward the station and the local community, we are in excellent hands. The Valiant Volunteer Award is especially important to me. As Air Officer Commanding No. 2 Group, you are my largest station, and you continue to deliver at all levels, regardless of the difficulties we have all experienced over the last 12 months. We will all have been affected in some way by the COVID pandemic, but it is how we face and respond to that pandemic that defines us. We are united not only as a station, but as an integral part of the community, with commitments and connections reaching out from Carterton to Fairford to Witney to Swindon. And so I am pleased to have the honour of presenting this Valiant Volunteer Award. This award is awarded to the individual who has made an outstanding contribution through voluntary service at Royal Air Force Brize Norton or within the local community. And I am delighted to announce the winner of the 2020 award is Sergeant Viniana Vunivalu, known to everyone as Vinny. Sergeant Vunivalu is a truly impressive and inspiring individual who has shown incredible commitment to her community, supporting the homeless, working at food banks, being a member of the church, and supporting the BAME community. She selflessly gives her time, energy, and spirit to supporting a huge variety of people in need. And as a leading figure in the Royal Air Force Fijian Community Network, she has worked tirelessly organising the network's annual meetings, bringing in external speakers such as the Fijian ambassador and international rugby players, as well as air officers, all to raise the awareness of the network. And her relentless work ethic has seen new Fijian networks develop, providing essential support and mentoring those who are striving to settle and integrate into British society. Her dedication has been key to educating members, enabling them to engage within their communities and so expand their reach and chances of success. Her primary role in the Royal Air Force has seen her spend the last year working directly on the COVID-19 front line as a paramedic. This has given her the exposure and vast number of clinical hours necessary to undertake the Medical Emergency Response Team, or MERT, training course, one of the most demanding and unremitting courses a clinician can undertake. For her generosity of spirit and action, inspiring commitment to her fellow humans, and incredible sense of community, Sergeant Vinny Vunivalu is awarded the Valiant Volunteer Bravo Award. Many congratulations.
I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude and that of my family in receiving the Valiant Volunteer Award. I would also, on behalf of the other nominees, say that we are humbled and honoured to be recognised for doing something that we love doing. But we stand on many shoulders to be able to do that. So I'd like to say thank you to the staff of TMW for the abundant donations, to the families and the members of RAF Brize Norton community, to the families of the Carterton community, and to the local churches and Carterton Community Church. Thank you for helping us do what we do, for reaching out to those that need it the most. So on behalf of everyone else, my gratitude. Thank you very much.
And on to the Group Captain Robinson DSO MC DFC Memorial Award, sponsored by Run DMC. No, that's a joke. Awarded to the individual who has displayed excellent strength of character, hard work and dedication to the service, positively raising the profile of RAF Brize Norton and the Royal Air Force generally. And to present the award is the Chief of Air Staff, Warrant Officer Jake Alpert.
The nominees are Acting Corporal Mark Malone. Employed as the head chef, commanding the Warrant Officer and Sergeant's Mess Kitchen, he leads with the confidence that belies his rank. He has steered his kitchen brigade of both civilian and military staff to the benefit of his diners. His spare time has been given up willingly, providing families deployed personnel informal luncheons, whilst concurrently acting as the treasurer for 3 station facilities. Flight Lieutenant Louise Waterhouse, employed as an air traffic controller. With the change of aircraft types now using the aerodrome, the process to create a new airspace fit for current operations has been a huge task. The efforts of Louise so far and the future impact of the work she has carried out over the last 6 years will leave a legacy for many years to come. Flight Sergeant Craig Curtis. Working within the Parachute Engineering Squadron Airborne Delivery Wing, Craig recognised the parachute shortfalls versus the squadron's functional requirement of the parachute and their expectations. His moral integrity and timely actions resulted in the squadron having to temporarily down declare, an enormous decision for which he shouldered, and that was key to the subsequent success of the parachute.
Well, hello Brize Norton, and what a great day to be asked to give a message to Corporal Malone. But before I start to award Corporal Malone with the Group Captain Robinson Memorial Award, I'd just like to thank everybody for their performance over the last 12 months. I understand how difficult it's been for everybody due to COVID-19, but overall the performance of RAF Brize Norton has been outstanding. Now let's get to Corporal Malone. Corporal Malone, I've been informed by your chain of command of your excellence, and I believe that you've been awarded the Group Captain Robinson Memorial Award. Well, why have you been awarded this? I know you've been acting up as a head chef in the Warrant Officers and Sergeant's Mess based at RAF Brize Norton. Now, success doesn't come for free. And when I discuss and visualise the next generation Royal Air Force, I think of people like you. Corporal Malone, a big congratulations to you and your family and friends. Well done on behalf of the Royal Air Force. Thank you.
Good evening, sirs, ma'ams and all. I would like to start by saying how honoured I am to receive the prestigious Group Captain Robinson Award. It was an extremely busy year for me and the catering flight, but one in which I know we all enjoyed. I would also like to say a big thank you to my management team who had the confidence in me during this time. Also a massive thank you to the catering section, especially those within the Warrant Officers and Sergeant Mess. Last but not least, I would like to congratulate all those nominated this evening and those who have also won awards. Thank you.
We now move on to the Sporting Achievement Award, awarded to the individual or team who have achieved or promoted the most positive attitude in sport at RAF Brize Norton and their local community. That person or persons who really put those Wednesday afternoons to good use. To present the Sporting Achievement Award is the Station Warrant Officer Brian Cale.
Good evening. It is a huge honour as your Station Warrant Officer to be here this evening to celebrate in the many successes of our whole force personnel at RAF Brize Norton. Having been involved in the 2020 BRAVOS throughout, it is fantastic to see us all here tonight, be it virtually. Participating in sport, adventure and physical activity is a crucial component in developing RAF personnel into a world-leading fighting force. Football has always played a vital part in my service life, and I was fortunate to represent the RAF and combined services, and this enabled me to travel to parts of the world I would never have experienced. I also understand that the support from the workplace is essential for an individual to succeed at any representative level. And so it is an absolute privilege for me to present the Sporting Achievement Award. This is awarded to an individual or team who have achieved or promoted the most positive attitude in sport at RAF Brize Norton and in their local community. This year's award goes to SAC Alex Storworthy. Congratulations, Alex. Alex is a dedicated member of the RAF and UK Armed Forces volleyball teams. She was awarded the position of Players Representative following a vote at the RAF Volleyball Association's AGM. She has been pivotal in driving the sport forward. Most recently, Alex was awarded the accolade of Inter-Services Player of the Tournament following a final set victory over the British Army, and was subsequently selected to play in the 2020 Allied Air Command Internation Championships at RAF Lakenheath. Here, Alex stood tall, which is handy as a volleyball player, excelling alongside air forces from the USA, Germany, Poland, Netherlands and Belgium. The 2019-2020 season saw her third consecutive year of selection to the UK Armed Forces squad, where her experience and ability saw her awarded the season's most valuable player. Congratulations, Alex. You embody what it is to play a key role in representative sport. Your self-discipline, flexibility, work ethic, drive and determination upholds the finest traditions of the service. Well done.
It's a real privilege to win this Bravo Award for Sporting Achievement, and I'd just like to say a huge thank you to the judging panel and a massive thank you to RAF Volleyball for giving me the opportunity to play the sport I love for the RAF. Thanks.
And now we move on to the Astra Award. This is awarded to the individual who has contributed the most to RAF Brize Norton through driving innovation or promoting change. Presenting this award this evening is the Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Sir Mike Wigston.
The nominees are Flight Lieutenant Rob Kempley, a pilot on 47 Squadron, who over the past 12 months has been the driving force behind a series of technological advancements that have aided aircrew and A3 staff in generating safe and efficient air mobility capability. The A400M training team, a team of civilian contractors and military instructors delivering specific to type engineering training and whose whole team effort ensured new capabilities aligned with the RAF Astra initiative to deliver trained people to the front line quickly and efficiently. Flight Lieutenant Peter Kennedy, the C-130 pilot leader who, whilst undertaking academic studies, has found time to conceptualise, both individually and as part of a team, ways in which technology could be used to improve operational performance within the air domain.
Thank you for inviting me to take part in this evening's ceremony. It fills me with pride to be able to formally acknowledge some of the extraordinary people that make RAF Brize Norton the exceptional station it is. The strategic context in which we operate has never been more uncertain, complex and dynamic. But this is a good thing, a great thing in fact, because uncertainty drives innovation. For me, it underpins the transformation required to deliver the next generation Royal Air Force, so that our successors can compete and win in an era defined by a digital information and technology revolution that's fundamentally changed what we do and how we do it. The Royal Air Force must seize this moment and be radically forward-looking. We must build a next generation Royal Air Force which can fight and win in 10, 20 and 30 years' time. Astra is how all of us will play our part in building that next generation Royal Air Force. Astra is for people across the Air Force to be empowered to identify the things that are holding us back and to be given the tools to do something about it. I look to all of you for trailblazing ideas and initiatives to give us that battle-winning edge. This Astra Award recognises the individual or team who has contributed the most to RAF Brize Norton through driving innovation or accelerating change in the spirit of Astra. This year, the award goes to Flight Lieutenant Rob Kempley. Rob is a captain on 47 Squadron, whose primary role is the delivery of tactical AT. Outside of the cockpit, he has been the driving force behind a series of innovations to deliver safer and more effective air mobility ops. Rob designed, coded, and successfully implemented the Hercules Force pre-flight portal. This SharePoint page is the focal point for all C-130 operators, with links to a wide range of essential documents and portals, ranging from SOPs to operational risk management. The pre-flight portal has significantly improved the efficiency of the mission planning process for aircrew and has enhanced transparency for supervisors. Rob's broader IM wizardry has transformed the working practices of the C-130 Force, the success of his work demonstrated in its adoption across the wider Brize flying community. Congratulations, Rob. You are actively role modelling the Astra vision. Your endeavours are key to building an air and space force fit for the future. Well done.
Thank you, sir, for presenting me with this award. It's humbling to have my contribution to Astra be recognised in this way. I'd like to extend my own recognition and thanks to the many other individuals who use their skills and talents to constantly improve processes and systems and keep pushing forward so that we can collectively build the Air Force of tomorrow. Thank you.
Our next award this evening is the Operational Safety Award, sponsored by Boeing, awarded to the individual or team who have made the greatest contribution to the safe delivery of rapid global air mobility in support of operations and exercises. Here to present the award is Anna Keeling, Managing Director, Boeing Defence UK.
The nominees are Flight Lieutenant Caroline Martland. Employed as a SEMSCO within the Air Safety Cell, Caroline recognised the impact COVID-19 would have on the ability to deliver human factors training. To overcome these limitations, Caroline developed the Virtual Human Factors training package, resulting in personnel from across 15 units being trained. Atlas Flight 24 Squadron. Atlas Flight are responsible for the safe delivery of training courses for A400M aircrew. In January 2020, the team held high readiness, whilst also providing training for frontline crews. When COVID-19 first struck in March, the team reconfigured recurrent training to minimise the number of people required to visit the workplace, including simulator technicians. Sergeant Brian Wright. Employed as an Air Dispatch Equipment and Airborne Forces Equipment Occurrence Manager, providing duty holder support in the Brize Norton Air Safety Cell. He conducted in-depth analysis to correctly ascertain the risk of conducting activity at Blythe Airfield in the USA in support of a number of essential parachuting exercises, providing assurances to the ADH chain with continued use of the airfield.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of the BRAVOS 2021 Virtual Awards ceremony. It really has been a fantastic evening so far. I'd like to start by congratulating all the nominees in each and every category. This year's lineup of serving personnel, civil servants and industry partners really represents the very best of today's Royal Air Force, committing selfless acts of kindness, ingenuity and resilience, often in the face of adversity. With no exception is the Operational Safety Award, for which Boeing is honoured to be the named sponsor this year. Safety is and always will be our top priority in all that we do at Boeing. I'm therefore truly delighted to announce that in recognition of all the efforts made in support of the safety, training and readiness of the A400M aircrew, the award for operational safety goes to Atlas Flight 24 Squadron. Congratulations to everyone involved.
On behalf of everyone on Atlas Flight, both the Royal Air Force and Airbus Training Support Limited, I'd like to thank you for the recognition given for the hard work of everyone during 2020 to maintain the operational safety of the A400M.
Now, we're not far from the end of the evening, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your service. I have very fond memories of the short time I spent with the RAF on trips to Iraq and Afghanistan to entertain the troops back in 2005, 2007, 2009, something like that. In my little blue helmet, my little blue flak jacket to indicate that I was non-military, I felt very well protected from enemy fire. I've never forgotten arriving on the airstrip in Camp Bastion many moons ago, being shouted at by irate RAF personnel who told me to put my phone away. Put your phone away, put your phone away. I panicked. I'd simply intended to tell my loved ones back home that I had arrived safely. But I was immediately informed that if I didn't turn my phone off right that instant, the Taliban would hack my phone and ring my mother back in Wales. To which my response was, oh yeah? Well, let them ring her, because they will hang up before she does, I know that much. Unless the Taliban have got an unhealthy interest in next door's new caravan or the latest gossip from Carmarthen Knitting Circle, they will be desperate to get off that line. I give them 2 days before they've blocked her number. So to the final 2 awards, perhaps the most prestigious, but the winners are no more or less deserving than those you have seen so far. Flight Lieutenant David Lord, VC-DFC, was a transport pilot who served in the Second World War. In addition to his Distinguished Flying Cross, David was awarded the Victoria Cross, the highest award for gallantry in the face of the enemy. The David Lord VC-DFC Memorial Award is awarded to the individual or team who, through their actions, have made a single outstanding contribution to the output of the station during the year. To present this award is Commander Air Wing, Group Captain Cy Blackwell.
The nominees are SAC Bethan Brown. In her role within Voyager Support Force Admin, she has made an outstanding contribution to the operational effectiveness of the Voyager Force and was an integral part of the RAF Brize Norton COVID reporting cell in response to the station's management of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Clothing Stores team. Working to COVID-related constraints, have been directly engaged in operationally essential kitting to assure successful mobilisation of Brize-based regular and reserve personnel, force generated for the COVID-related duties. Acting Sergeant Luke Waterfield, 70 Squadron. Luke was initially tasked to deploy to Minhad, but was relocated at very short notice to 903 Expeditionary Air Wing, RF Akrotiri. Although a relatively junior corporal, Luke grasped the importance of a well-founded engineering detachment and the need to maintain standards and practices to assure Atlas continuing airworthiness.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by echoing the Stage Commander's words in saying what an honour it is to be here this evening to celebrate the achievements of our extraordinary Brize Norton personnel. 2020 was, without a doubt, a difficult year for all of us. So it's fantastic that despite this somewhat unconventional format, we've still found the opportunity to remind ourselves what we're capable of and what we achieve every day. Being somewhat long in the tooth at Brize Norton, I know what this place demands of us all, and therefore I watch what you achieve with huge pride. But I also know that the support and strength of our community here comes not only from our whole force personnel, but friends and family alike. So tonight is a great opportunity to say a huge thank you to you all for everything you do in support of our output here. We couldn't and wouldn't do it without you. It's with great pride that I announce the winner of the Flight Lieutenant David Lord VC Memorial Award this evening. This year, the award goes to Acting Sergeant Luke Waterfield. Luke is a key member of 70 Squadron, initially deployed to Minhad Air Base to maintain the Atlas transport aircraft in support of Middle East operations. However, as a result of COVID-19, the detachment was relocated at very short notice to RF Akrotiri. With this move came the requirement to establish a full engineering detachment from scratch in record time. Due to COVID isolation restrictions, this job, normally led by a flight sergeant or junior officer, fell to Luke. Unfazed and thriving on the need to accomplish the task, he set about forming the foundations of what is now a hugely effective squadron engineering detachment. Luke hit the ground running, understanding the operational imperative and forming essential relationships with his deployed chain of command. Luke's actions belied his experience as he quickly grasped the importance of a well-found engineering detachment and so ensured the A400 was not found wanting on ops. He achieved this requiring minimal support from the UK, demonstrating excellent leadership and agility and constantly impressing his chain of command with his appetite to get the job done. Luke, many congratulations. Your actions enabled seamless Atlas operations under some really testing and unfamiliar conditions, ensuring continued RAF support to the Middle East area of operations. A trusted member of 70 Squadron, you stood tall when your squadron and the force needed you, and you delivered brilliantly. Well done.
I'm honoured to have been selected for the David Lord Award. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues on 70 Squadron who I deployed with last summer. Without your sustained efforts over this challenging period, we would not have achieved what we did in such a short time. Thank you.
Our final award this evening is one personally chosen by the Station Commander, which made it very easy to name, as the Station Commander's Award, sponsored this evening by BFBS. Awarded to the individual or team who are most worthy of special recognition in the course of daily life at RAF Brize Norton. To present this award is your Station Commander, Group Captain Emily Flynn.
The nominees are Mr. Stuart Slee, A400M Training Services. Stuart has been instrumental in course design for A400M pilot and airload master training on 24 Squadron since June 2015. Stuart painstakingly renamed and moved numerous documents into a new SharePoint system, recognised as exemplary practice by 2 Group and when COVID-19 hit. During this time, he worked round the clock to transfer the entire A400M training system onto Vista, enabling A400M aircrew instructors to work from home. Corporal Isla Cudlip, JNCO Discipline and Ceremonial and the JR Accommodation Manager. When the SNCO Discipline and Ceremonial duties was deployed, Isla was given Acting Sergeant rank, covering both the JNCO and SNCO roles, including the administration and workforce for an Op PABE. In addition, Isla is responsible for the organisation of the Manpower Support Team for the COVID-19 crisis, providing care for personnel in self-isolation on unit. Corporal Andy Petrie, a logistics supply instructor on 501 Squadron. As well as assisting the station manage its shortfall of accommodation, Andy is a founding member of the RAF Brize Norton Heritage Centre team. He gives up his time selflessly, with determination and dedication and a work ethic that has allowed the Station Heritage Centre to be open to receive visitors.
Good evening again. Before I announce the final award, I would like to echo previous presenters and say how proud I am of all of those nominated this evening. It's a privilege to have you all as members of the station. And so to the final award, the Station Commander's Award. The Station Commander's Award recognises the individual or team who are most worthy of special recognition in the course of daily life at RAF Brize Norton. And this year, the award goes to Corporal Andy Petrie. Andy is employed at 501 Squadron as a logistics supply instructor, and whilst based at Brize Norton, he provides essential training to our part-time reserve personnel across the whole of the RAF Reserve. For over 6 years now, Andy has provided outstanding support to the reservist world. His contribution to the reformation and continuing development of 501 Squadron has been nothing short of exceptional. He is selflessly dedicated to the wider community life here at Brize Norton. Outside of supporting the reserves, he is a founding member of the RAF Brize Norton Heritage Centre, a project that he has supported since its conception. Without a second thought, he devotes his personal time to help with projects, from painting to the rebuild of a TriStar flight deck. It is down to his determination, dedication and work ethic that the Station Heritage Centre is as impressive as it is. Andy, thank you. Your selfless contribution is an example to all of us. You are what makes Brize, Brize.
Hello, I'm here in the Heritage Centre at Brize Norton, and I'd just like to say to be nominated for this award has been a privilege. To actually win it is a true honour. Thank you very much.
Before I say goodnight, let's go across to your Station Commander, Group Captain Emily Flynn.
And so we come to the end of what has been a fantastic evening. Listening to the achievements of those who have been recognised this evening is equally inspiring and humbling. A massive thank you to all who have contributed to making this fabulous event possible. The organising committee, and in particular Squadron Leader Prager, who have worked tirelessly to deliver the BRAVOS ceremony despite the ongoing COVID-19 lockdown restrictions. I know it has not been an easy task to organise an event such as this, yet you have ensured we have a fitting way of recognising the very best of our personnel. Well done and thank you. I'm indebted to the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Officer Commanding No. 2 Group, the Air Mobility Force Commander and the Chief of the Air Staff's Warrant Officer for their participation this evening. We hope to be able to host you in person next year. And to our sponsors and Compare, without whom we could not run this event, thank you for your support and for making it possible. But most importantly, to all of the nominees and award winners, tonight is about you and your phenomenal achievements. The past 12 months have been exceptionally challenging. Your ability, commitment and attitude are outstanding, and hearing of your achievements has been truly inspirational. It is a privilege to work and serve alongside you. Thank you all, and a very good night.
So it's been a great pleasure to be your compere for this evening. Huge congratulations to all the nominees and winners, of course. Your support as the military to the UK is phenomenal. Alongside the NHS and Domino's delivery drivers, this has become clear to all of us during this pandemic. We hope you've all enjoyed the evening. Thank you and a very good night. Cheers.